I'm now joined by Michelle Hoad. She's the CEO of the Medical Laboratory Professionals Association of Ontario. Michelle, great to have you back on the program. We hope you and your family are keeping safe. New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo is saying 21% of people in the city tested positive for COVID-19 antibodies and nearly 14% across the entire state. What does this information mean to you? What do we make of it?
Well, here in Canada, we are actually following the guidelines from public health, which pretty much tells us that antibody data really is limited information without a vaccination. So we're following the proper protocols here. That information really doesn't help us immediately.
No, it doesn't. And we know that when we're hearing from public health officials, chief public health officers, et cetera, they're saying we're taking a cautious approach here, really looking at the numbers, the results, the data, and basing that information on sort of projections on what we're looking at, 2 weeks, a month from now. So if we're looking at Canada as, and the highly populated areas across this country, what does this all mean? Again, you're looking at a country, and as many, of course, are looking at trying to sort of slowly reopen, but they're trying to sort of see what are all the elements here we need to be putting in place when we're looking at preventing spread, keeping those numbers down, but of course, preventing another wave.
Well, I think the focus, it's interesting. I think the focus needs to get back on testing. It needs to get back on ensuring that Canadians follow the protocol of staying home. The great news is that we are processing tests up to capacity now. So the more tests that get processed, the more that we will actually have a good indication of what's happening in our communities. The focus right now in Ontario is long-term care and retirement homes. That is the focus, and that is the area that we really need to see. If we look at some of the data over the last 3 days, it's actually very good news. It looks like our numbers are slowly starting to come down, but in regards to the economy, I think we need to be very careful that we do the right thing.
What are your thoughts on retesting? So, for example, if we have a case of COVID-19, a positive case there, that individual is now recovering. Should those individuals also perhaps be retested and included in part of that data as we're looking at those projections?
I think we need to be really careful with that as well. Like, retesting should only happen if there are symptoms present or if it's a vulnerable population.
Where do you think things are going to go from here as we're 4 months into this right now, from when we were first talking about an outbreak? We're moving into the summer months now. People are hoping that there is now, as you say, the numbers are starting to drop, and we're hoping we're going to continue to see that. But with a country as vast as Canada right now and different circumstances in different provinces, where do you see things going from here?
Well, I think the one thing we as Canadians need to remember that we have a very qualified group of medical lab professionals that are running tests. We have a great healthcare system here in Canada. Ironically, this week is Med Lab Week across Canada, so it's a chance for us to celebrate these individuals. I think we need to keep hope. I think the test results that are coming back are starting to show some positivity, and I think we need to be patient. Patient as Canadians, we do a very good job enduring very difficult things in life. And this, again, is just testing our patience. So we need to keep that Canadian attitude that there is hope and we will move forward.
I like how you said that there. Keep that Canadian attitude around the hope that is there. Michelle Hoad, CEO of the Medical Laboratory Professionals Association of Ontario. Again, appreciate you giving us your time here on the program. We, of course, wish you and your family well and safety. Thank you.
Thanks, Angie.
You're welcome.